Hi there, how's it going, Taurus? I hope you're doing awesome today. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn, and I'm going to do a general reading for you today, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. I've already cleared the energy of the cards and just shuffle a little bit more. I'm going to do a 10-card Celtic cross spread. If any of your cards come out upside down, it means that you're getting extra protection from spirit. People can show up in your reading, kings, queens, knights, and pages. They either represent you or someone in your life or a situation. And if the messages repeat, I'll try and catch that and let you know. I believe that spirit really wants us to get the messages if they repeat, okay? So we'll pull all the cards and then we'll go through them individually. Your first card, Taurus, represents your current situation. You have the Queen of Cups. I'm going to pull another clarifier on top of the Queen of Cups. No? Okay, I'm not. Your second card represents what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation or what you're celebrating. You have the Ace of Wands reversed. Your third card represents the basis of your situation or foundation. You have the Four of Pentacles. Your fourth card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. You have the Page of Wands. Your fifth card represents your immediate future, what's likely to happen very soon in your life. You have the Hermit reversed. The outcome you desire most in your situation is the Page of Cups reversed. And your self-image, how you see yourself, is the Knight of Wands. Thank you, Spirit. And your environment, or how others see you in your situation, is the King of Wands. And then your hopes and fears, Nine of Wands. And your future, if all is to remain as is, Ace of Cups reversed. Then on the bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess reversed. Okay. So the overall energy of your reading is the High Priestess reversed. This is a major arcana card, okay? And again, remember, when it comes out reversed, just means you're getting extra protection from spirit. So this card talks about, just a second, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Okay. So the overall energy of your reading is the High Priestess reversed. This card talks about repressed intuition, okay? Repression of intuition. Repressed feelings. Being disconnected from your intuition. It's a card of silence, secrets, withdrawal, a lack of center, like you've lost your inner voice. It could represent blocked psychic powers, unwanted attention, uncontrolled outbursts. It's a card of confusion, hidden motives, silence, superficiality, a lack of self-belief, fertility issues. Your intuition guides you to the truth, but you're not trusting your intuition enough. Okay, Taurus? This card warns of knowledge withheld. You may be seeking something that you're not meant to know. Maybe someone's keeping something from you that you need to know. Or it could mean that you have knowledge that needs to remain secret at least for now. Okay? Silence, secrets, withdrawal, lost your inner voice, repressed feelings, hidden motives, disconnected from your intuition. Trust your intuition. Spirit is saying you're not listening to your intuition enough. Maybe something within you is seeking recognition. You may have been neglecting your true purpose, although at a deep level, you're aware that motivation is stirring to make a change. You may be keeping the situation private for now, not wanting others to know about it. Those around you may notice that you seem vague or not quite yourself, but that's okay. Spirit's saying just ignore them. You're in the process of manifesting spiritual fulfillment and well-being. And then your first card is the Queen of Cups. This is either you, someone in your life. Maybe I'll turn it up a bit. This is either you, someone in your life, or she could represent a situation in your life, male or female in a general reading. Trust your knowing and follow your heart is the message with the Queen of Cups. She represents sensitivity, imagination, intuition, creativity, and love. She could represent a loving partner or a friend. She's a caring individual with high emotional intelligence. Supporting others comes naturally to her. If she represents a situation, Spirit is saying that you are led by your heart rather than your head. She's telling you to act with compassion, show your empathy, connect with others, and intuitively read the subtle energies at play. The only issue is a need to stand by your boundaries so you don't give too much. Okay? Queen of Cups. She is represented by Cancer in the zodiac. This queen likes to make a pleasant place for people to gather. She wants everyone to be comfortable and happy. She's very sensitive to others' feelings and often knows when there's something wrong before they do. She usually knows what can help the problem too. She can be quiet and shy, but once engaged in a conversation, she is a good and caring listener. She's kind, gentle, and nurturing. As a lover of the arts, although perhaps not an artist herself, she encourages the skills and talents of others. And her psychic abilities can be very strong. She can be moody, depressed, or overly introverted. She could be a counselor in your life. She's a healer. She represents intuition, warm, compassion, kind, imaginative, good listener, creative talents, very intuitive, loyal, faithful. She could be an empath. She could represent a good mother. Loyal, faithful, shy. She represents security. She could be a wife or the woman you love. Her psychic ability is highly developed and tends to be accurate. She tempers her intuitive nature with mature judgment. If this queen represents you, Taurus, these qualities apply, although they still may be undeveloped. And this, she could also describe a situation The situation she describes may concern a creative endeavor, relationship, or circumstances with a positive emotional tone and flow, love, emotional stability, supportive, comfort, caring. And then your what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation or what you're celebrating. If I can pick it up. Doesn't want me to pick it up. Oh my goodness. You have the Ace of Wands reversed. Be inspired to follow your passion is the message with this card, but it came out reversed. So this card is talking about confusion, having a creative block, a lack of energy. This card suggests an opportunity missed or one that should probably be passed on at this time. It's Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. Lack of action, lack of direction, a lack of spark, a lack of fun, a lack of growth, a lack of assertiveness, a lack of initiative, boredom, a lack of energy, a lack of passion, missed opportunities, wasted talent, wasted potential, infertility, pregnancy issues, canceled travel. These are all represented by the Ace of Wands. The process of creating a new identity or the start of a new endeavor is not yet manifested. It's still in the planning stages. You may experience delays, or you may have to rethink your plans and make some adjustments. You know you have the potential to do something new, but you might hesitate because of lack of resources or confidence. Okay? Stopping something. This card could represent receiving disappointing news, being too intense, feeling stuck, hesitant, blocks, delays, a lack of direction, distractions. Your clouded joy. Your foundation message is the Four of Pentacles. Trust that you are always safe and protected is the message with the Four of Pentacles. This card represents the basis of your situation or foundation. This card represents stability in your finances and relationships. You've found a way to be settled and feel secure. You have faced financial hardship recently. If you've faced financial hardship recently, it's a card of reassurance, signifying an end to money troubles. The only issue here is looking inward, focusing only on comfort and material possessions, and at the extreme, having a miserly attitude. In this case, the message is not to cling too tightly to money and possessions. Regaining financial security is a starting point rather than an end in itself, okay? Spirit is saying trust that you're always safe and protected. The Four of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. This card is talking about being overprotective, stingy. It's a card of control, financial security, being thrifty, having boundaries, a lack of openness, a lack of generosity. It's a card of materialism, mistrust, feeling paranoid, feeling isolated, being guarded. It's a card of frugality, conservation, being conservative, hoarding, holding on to people, possessions, issues. Maybe you're saving for a big purchase. It's a card, or retirement. It's a card of greed. You're keeping to yourself. You're saving. It's a card of insecurity, possessiveness. Again, having boundaries, penny pinching. It's a card of isolation, materialism, wealth. Again, Spirit is saying that this card represents a miser. You may have plenty, but you're afraid to use it, share it, or enjoy it. Something's threatening you, whether it's your own fears or someone trying to take what is yours. You're so afraid of losing what, excuse me, you're so afraid of losing what you have that you hold it too close. Your attitude towards your gifts, whether it's your money, your belongings, your time, or your health, has become twisted, controlling, and unhealthy. This card indicates a security-conscious person who's holding tight to money and material possessions. You may fear that loss is in the offing and are trying to prepare yourself by closely guarding what you have, or you may simply be overly cautious and conservative in financial areas. But you're hanging on to something, either your possessions or a situation, in a stubborn and inflexible manner. A fear of change may be involved, or you may be merely comfortable where you are, but your fixed attitude may be limiting you and blocking new opportunities for success and happiness. And then trust that you are always safe and protected, again, is the message here. Your fourth card is a Page of Wands. This card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. Be open. Spirit is saying be open to receive, be open to good news. Okay, pages are messengers, so be open to receiving good news, messages. This page is often a young person who is talkative and creative. This card could literally show a young person reading and writing. This card reveals welcome news, which brings conditions for advancement and self-expression, while he or she does not represent instant success. He or she, in a general reading, does foretell good news. This card, when she shows up, the Spirit is asking you to show appreciation for work, or more simply, this card could be telling you that someone is going to reach out soon. Someone from your past is going to be reaching out to you, is what this card represents. Someone from your past is going to be in touch with you again. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy, new opportunities. The Page of Wands about, again, receiving good news, swift news. Page of Wands is someone who's active, playful, innocent, youthful, has limitless potential, is a free spirit. You're making new exciting plans, very intelligent, receiving a letter or a phone call. Page of Wands is someone who's fearless, energetic, charismatic, extroverted. You may be receiving a message about a new job or career, travel, maybe something of a spiritual nature. It's a card of discovery, ideas, creativity, finding your passion, receiving a message regarding your current project or situation. It usually references work, but it could be something of a social nature. This page could represent a younger relative or friend, an apprentice, a student, or an assistant. He or she is an enthusiastic adventurer and may be interested in international travel, foreign cultures and people, or the arts. And then your immediate future is the Hermit card. It came out reversed. The message with this card is to follow your own path. Focus on your own path, your own life. You might not be doing that fully because it came out reversed. But the Hermit, Virgo energy, this card is talking about isolation again, feeling like you've lost your way, loneliness, being antisocial, recluse, being paranoid again. When I say again, it just means that Spirit is repeating the messages. So just a reminder, it's a general reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? This card warns of withdrawing too much or for too long or for the wrong reasons, spending time alone in order to avoid people. Maybe you've been putting off making decisions or procrastinating, but Spirit is saying that it's not going to serve you well in this case, okay? It's a card of withdrawal again, rejection, being paralyzed by fear, being antisocial, recluse. Keeping busy can be a form of denial too. You may have been putting off giving yourself the solitude that you need to sort out your life and the issues you are confronting. It's time for you to engage in self-reflection, revisit your aims and goals, associations, relationships, career, and life path. You may want to withdraw to think things through. Stop avoiding it. And then the outcome that you desire most in your situation is the Page of Cups reversed. This is either you, someone in your life, or a situation, male or female, in a general reading. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. It's talking about creative blocks again, neglecting the inner child, escapism, ignoring your inner voice. You're ignoring your inner voice. That was the same with the High Priestess, your overall energy of the reading. The Page of Cups reverse is emotionally vulnerable, emotionally immature, insecure. There's an imbalance of emotions. You're doubting your intuition again. This card could represent canceled social events, engagements, proposals, emotional wounds, being childishness, someone who's overly sensitive, whose feelings get hurt at the drop of a hat, or a very moody person who has no appropriate outlet for those strong feelings. This page reversed shows a fishy situation, something you should look at carefully. Deceit may be involved, flattery for gain, or secrecy in matters of the heart. So I would make a note of that because Spirit is repeating those messages. Someone may be trying to seduce you, and you're blinded to the falseness of their intentions, or you may be playing the role of seducer, toying with someone else's emotions. If so, take care. You might get hurt yourself, Spirit is saying. Okay? Childhood issues, broken dreams, neglecting your inner child, jealousy, envy, disappointment, doubting your intuition, and then your self-image card, how you see yourself. You have the Knight of Wands. This card is telling you to make decisions you're making decisions without pressure right now. Sagittarius energy. This is a card of action, travel. You're fearless, you're adventurous, you're finishing what you started. Some of you you might be swept off your feet. Some of you are moving countries. You're rebellious, you're a hero, you're charming, energetic, courageous. Again, lots of energy, lots of passion, confident, self-assured, brave, a free spirit, open-minded, someone who takes risks. Knight of Wands represents success. This knight is impetuous, impatient, generous, and ambitious. He's willing to go anywhere and do anything, and is happiest when he has a clear goal. He's very popular. He's probably very popular and the type of person people like to be around. He's given to grand gestures that spring from the best intentions. For example, he'd give the coat off his back even if it leaves him without a coat, but he can be undependable because he's impatient and impetuous. He can lose interest in the task at hand and run after the next shiny new challenge. Okay? Knight of Wands, how you see yourself. Action, speed, and impulsiveness. You see yourself as dynamic and charismatic, full of fiery energy. This card could also show an unexpected turn of events, a sudden conversation that moves a stuck situation forward, a sudden attraction and flirtation, a flash of inspiration. Whatever impact the knight has, he brings energy. So the advice with this card is not to get too caught up too soon. Take a moment to consider what is on offer before you proceed. And again, this card could represent a house move. Maybe some of you are moving houses. Let me know if that resonates with you. I'd love to know. You're making decisions without pressure. Knights are messengers and travelers, and this knight is bringing you good news concerning your work or social activities. His glad tidings may relate to almost any anticipated happy event, a journey or vacation, a change of residence or job, an engagement or marriage. It could refer to a young man or woman who's a relative or friend who has the same qualities as the king and queen, who are his parents in the royal family. This person can be trusted and is faithful. And now you have the King of Wands, which could be, again, his parent, or it's you. King of Wands represents your environment or how others see you in your situation. The King of Wands is Leo energy. A natural born leader, someone who overcomes challenges, is experienced, can see the big picture, is free thinking, truthful, hot-tempered again, protective, energetic, optimistic, intuitive, active, inspirational, someone who takes control, makes daring decisions. He represents leadership. He's fearless. He has a way with words. He's controlling, action-oriented, proud, loyal, dependable. King of Wands, passionate. He leads with confidence and energy. His natural charisma and sense of fun motivate all who follow him. He somehow convinces his followers that they can accomplish anything, and they love him for giving them that feeling. He's not one to go with the flow. Instead, he sets his own goals and makes his own way towards them. He can charm almost anyone into doing almost anything. He represents a man of status and wealth. He's successful in all he does, an influential and independent person who helps those he cares about. He's either you or a boss, a mentor, a senior business partner, or advisor. You can rely on his honesty, intelligence, loyalty, and fair-mindedness. You're sure to get good advice from him. He could refer to a situation which is exactly as it appears to be, with no hint of deception. He could also be letting you know that good fortune is coming your way. It could be in the form of unexpected help or advice, good news, a promotion, or an inheritance. And then your hopes and fears. What you hope for and fear the most in your situation is the Nine of Wands. You are as strong for as long as you need to be strong, okay? The Nine of Wands is Sagittarius energy, but it's all about not giving up, persistence, perseverance, learning from the past. You're at 9, you just have to get to 10 is the message with this card. Vigilance, strength, and defense. This 9 often shows an ongoing struggle that tests your character and your resources. You may be tired, but you still need to fight on because you are almost at your goal. This is the point at which some people give up or give in, but the message here is to persevere. And this card could also represent harboring an old wound. Past experience says it is unsafe to drop your guard just yet. For this reason, you may be overly vigilant, unwilling to trust others until you have absolute proof of their intentions. This card says that you're tired, you're exhausted, you can't imagine going on one more step, but this card encourages you to do so. Not only are you almost there, but you do indeed have the strength to get there. Just tap into that core of determination you have to make that final push. All that you've set out to achieve is just within your grasp, okay? Fight your corner, you're guarded, wounded. You have boundaries, you're determined, you're nearly there. You have the courage to overcome, you have the resilience. This is the final challenge. And then your future, if all is to remain as is the Ace of Cups reversed. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This card is talking about repressed emotions again. So Spirit is repeating this message. Repressed emotions and repressed intuition. Sadness, emotional loss, emptiness. Focus on self-love. This card is telling you. Feeling unloved, receiving bad news, instability, unrequited love, canceled celebrations or social events, blocked emotions again. Maybe you should consider doing some Reiki, Taurus. I can help you with that if you want. Just send me an email. It's in my About section. This card suggests feeling depleted, empty, and very much in need of a spiritual or emotional refreshment. Or maybe you're feeling overwhelmed and you're drowning in emotions. Feeling unloved, gloominess, house of the false heart, it could represent. Infertility, miscarriage, breakups, pregnancy issues, delays, disappointments in love. Sometimes a new beginning doesn't develop as hoped. Difficulties getting a new relationship or creative effort off the ground could be indicated. Something you're trying to set in motion meets unforeseen and frustrating obstacles. Maybe this isn't the right time to start something new, Spirit is saying. So that is your reading. I hope you receive some guidance or insight from the messages. I'm sending you lots of love, Taurus. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.